Hi friends, welcome to Data Science and AI Quest channel. In this post, we would be discussing about the concept of standard deviation in continuous frequency distribution. I repeat, we will be discussing upon standard deviation in continuous frequency distribution. Like ungrouped data, standard deviation can be calculated for grouped data by the following methods. So the methods are: number one, actual mean method for calculation of standard deviation. Then number two is assumed mean method of standard deviation calculation. And the third is step deviation method of standard deviation calculation. Let us first see the usage of the actual mean method. So the actual mean method, standard deviation can be calculated in the following manner for the following data. Here we have data like class interval and the frequency. This class interval represents the scores secured in a particular examination. The scores are 10 to 20. Some class intervals are like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 50, 50 to 70, 70 to 80. And the respective frequencies have also been given, like 7, 10, 18, 10 and 5. Okay, these are for the respective frequencies belonging to the class intervals. So here the class interval is for the class of marks obtained by the students in a class, and the frequency is the number of people belonging to that particular class. So what we will be doing is that we will create a table to articulate the data in the table in the manner like in the first column you have the class interval. In the second column we have the frequency or the respective frequency of the class intervals. Then the third column has the mid value of the values. The fourth column has frequency and the mid value multiplied. The fifth column has deviation. The sixth column has the values for frequency multiplied with the deviation. The seventh column has frequency multiplied by the square of the deviation. Now let us calculate the mean of the distribution. Mean of x is summation of f, that is frequency multiplied by the mid value divided by the summation of frequency. So this can be expressed by 2050 over 50, which comes around to be 41. Now let us fill up the fifth column in the data table for deviations. The deviations of mid value from mean can be calculated by deviation equal to mid value minus x of mean. So we calculate the deviated value as in the fifth column. So mean minus mean calculated over here is 41, and the mid value for the first row is 15. So 15 minus 41 is minus 26. In the second row we have the mid value is 25, the mean value is 41, so 25 minus 41 is minus 16. In the third row we have the mid value of the class interval is 40 and the mean is 41, so 40 minus 41 is minus 1. In the fourth row we have the mid value of the class interval is 60 and the mean value is 41, so the deviation is 60 minus 41 equal to 19. In the fifth row we have the mid value as 75 and the mean value as 41, so the deviation comes to be 34. Now let's calculate the value obtained from computation of sixth column, that is f, that is frequency, and d, where f multiplied by d, which is frequency of the interval classes and deviations of the classes. So in the sixth column we find out the product of frequency and the deviations, and whatever, and you can observe how the frequency and the deviations have been multiplied and have been tabulated in the distribution table. Then at last we will be calculating the value of frequency and the square of the deviation. So we have over here calculated all the values. So the first row has 4732, then 2560, 18, then 3610, 1156. Now we compute the total of all the values that is populated in the seventh column, that is frequency multiplied into the square of the deviation. So it comes around to be 12,076. Next, applying the formula for calculation of standard deviation, we find out sigma for this value, and sigma is calculated by square root over summation of frequency and square of deviation over n, where n is the total number of frequencies. So one gets to see that the value obtained from this is root over of 12,076 by 50. So it happens to be root over of 241.52, and which happens to be 15.54. So in this post we find out how the standard deviation is calculated for a continuous frequency distribution using the actual mean method, and we saw how frequency is multiplied to the midpoints, and then some deviation is calculated out of the values. Then out of the deviations, the standard deviation is calculated. Okay, so we found out the value of the standard deviation for the entire distribution over here. So for this post, we will be in the next post we will be looking into the method of, or the procedure of calculation of the standard deviation by using the assumed mean method. So this was the actual mean method. So in the next post we will be looking at the calculation of standard deviation using the assumed mean method. So this will be all this topic right now. If you like this post and found it informative, then please press the like and subscribe for forthcoming posts.